Okay, so I am live. I am live right now in the first session, so I will now share my screen and will be working on system decomposition of superfans. Let me save this. So yesterday in my community, I was discussing a book, Superfans by Pat Flynn. But at the end of this book, I had the issue, or I was not fully satisfied with the full deconstruction of this book, because I want to utilize this knowledge from this book on a daily basis. So I want to apply those changes in the community that I'm working on. And in order to do it, I need to find a system that will allow me to work on this and know what to do every day and every time, and applies those changes in the community. So I will be around thinking how I typically do to find the best system, the best schedule of action in the future in order to apply those changes in real life for my own benefits. And I am live streaming this because I think this is interesting way to utilize also some of those some of those mm, some of those advices in the book, like showing behind the scenes. So I will just working on what I am doing, but publicly. So this forced me also to be more focused, and it also advises me to be more concentrated on the work instead of jumping to other tasks and just avoiding the work. And what I am going to do right now, because this is the first time, one of the first time when I am using live stream, so I just don't know how to do it properly. But I think I can open this and see my live stream, I guess, this way. Live. Yes, this is live. I want to see this. I want to see this live. Oh, yeah, this is what I wanted to do, just to see how to set like. So let me think about how to go through the decomposition of this, so I will know what to do and start to working on my own community in a more structured way. So first thing that I was considering was splitting those actions that one can do in order to make the audience more engaged into different types and generally see what comes out of this. So first thing is the action type that I was thinking. So one type of action is just the research to better understand audience, for example. The other action is I call this one-to-many. One-to-many is just when we are doing something that many people can see or can watch. So this is like something like publishing a video on YouTube or publishing a post on some social media. And one-on-one is just direct conversation with somebody, with some fan or somebody. So on Messenger, on WhatsApp or Instagram, this kind of stuff. So for now, I split this into three action types. So one for better understanding, other to communicate with many people, and one to communicate with one person. So more private setup. And there is also action frequency. Action frequency when we are when I want to evaluate how many times or how frequent those kind of actions needs to be done. If this needs to be done one time, or it's something that needs to be done rarely, like once a month, once half year, sometimes which is maybe once a week, something like that, this kind of frequency, and often I would say daily or very frequently. So the for daily, I would say, for example, that responding to what other people are writing is something that needs to be done often on a daily basis. So if somebody from the audience is writing to me, commenting, then I should react to this in some way. But other things are more one time. For example, learning words audience uses is something that needs to be done once. Obviously, that this is simplification, but it obviously once we better understand the knowledge, then we don't need to repeat it over and over again. But we have this knowledge and we can use it. Mm, yes. What I find problematic is that I don't see how this stream looks like on the monitor. This will improve the way how I'm working. Particularly, what I want to see is see this studio to see what I am seeing. So let me see if I can manage to do it like this way, for example. I think this is not visible. This is not visible, so I want to see my channel, and see this one, this thing. But close. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Mm, yes. So this is what I wanted to do, and I think now it will be better for me to see how it goes. But maybe let me just write something in the chat to see how it works. First comment. Okay, it works this way. Good to know. It's good to know. So let me come back to thinking about the system decomposition. I still find it quite unusual for me to do some this kind of live streaming. So sometimes I get a little distracted. So I would like to create a system when I know every day what I need to do in order to make increase the probability that the audience will be more eager, more open to be more engaged or find what I am doing more compelling. And from the yesterday discussion, back discussion that I have led, it turns out that those actions in the middle are more easy for me than those more basic actions that convert casual audience to the active audience. So some basics like understanding the word of what other audience is doing, sharing something about myself, giving value quickly, painting the great future, or always responding. So I think I should have in the system something that makes sure that this is always in the beginning, at least of the system, the most important actions that needs to be done on the daily basis. And those actions also still can be done, but obviously it's a little less is less important in the beginning. They should be prioritized a little later in the system. But how to accomplish this, I don't know right now, but let me see. Let me go through all of those things and see what kind of metrics or what kind of metrics or what kind of actions needs to be done in order to satisfy this these things. So reviewing the internet. So I would say this could be by how to do it. Maybe just writing to the on the right side. Reviewing the internet, it would be like in minutes, metric in minutes of reviewing internet. So I could measure every day how much time I spent on reviewing the internet and looking on those videos that shows the audience that could be interested in joining this community, which is one of the most important things that I need to better understand. I need to better design. And right now, um, let me go further. So asking questions to audience. So this obviously it can be existing audience or just some strangers that could possibly audience. For example, on Reddit. So it could be like a number of people where I reached out daily, or just like a task of reaching to one person. Task of reaching out to one person. Uh, Actually, this it more applies to the third one because it's like the interview with audience. So it would be like the question to audience or some people who could be potential audience, and and asking them, and then the date would be set up, and I would do this kind of interview. But once the date is set up, it's easy. The most important is to set up this interview. Asking questions to audience, so it would be like posting something, posts, doing post on social media with question mark in the beginning, in the end, and this question somehow is about problem. Once again, Reddit would be a good way to achieve this, but it would be any other platform. Reddit, in case I don't have an audience right now, but it could be something else in the future. So one of these things, I guess, should be done. So actually, if I when I'm thinking, obviously, minutes of reviewing internet is not the greatest thing, right? When I see all this, it could be like reviewing pieces of content, number of content pieces reviewed daily. Something like that. Something like that would be a better action to be done. And let's see, once per day, one of those actions, at least one needs to be done, but even more could be better. Let me go with this. So this is actually the comment about what this point means, which is about sharing something about yourself. So let me put it into parentheses. So maybe this way also will be the best to understand. Sharing something about yourself. So this kind of weird because how to make it more systematic, because it could be more true, but I could have a list of things that I could share during the stream or during in the post. So having a list of things I I do, did, think, feel, and then expose one of these things in the post stream, anything published. So by having the list, and I could then select one thing and just apply it or to this post or whatever, in addition to the real goal of the post. So it would be like the personal stuff, like the enhanced personal enhancement added to this thing. So actually we have two things here. One thing is adding ideas to the list. And the other one is sharing the idea, sharing the one idea in content content piece. I like this. I like this word content piece. Um, I like this word content piece. Give value quickly. So this is just by thinking about what value to give other people. So every post, every content piece should contain some value to other people. Content piece should contain something value to people. So for sure, one thing is to publish one or more content content pieces daily. Make sure this content piece content contains something valuable to the audience. And the third thing, I guess, would be to have a list of valuable content ideas. Content ideas. Or a list of ideas where the idea should be transformed to contain something value. So it could be possible that I have an idea of the content, but I don't see anything valuable for the audience. So I can then think about how to wrap this piece of content with something valuable. So something like that. Okay, valuable, valuable, valuable list of valuable content ideas. Okay, here is a mistake. Okay, see. Paint a great future. One more thing. So always in those piece contents, always in the content pieces, I need to make sure that yes. So always in the content piece, in the beginning, in the beginning should be painting the future phrase that shows what the user will gain if he will consume the content. Content will be painted. But talking about the this is something like a wrapper. So for sure, publishing one content piece daily is something necessary, but on top of that, this should also be taken into consideration. But obviously, there is also a quest of making this painting the future better. So it could be some kind of quality metrics that evaluate how good this painting is done or not, because it could be something done in a very shallow way or more deeper way, and this matters, but for now let's leave it as is. Always respond, so find time in the day to check messages and respond to all. So this is easy. And I will for sure leave this part for later because it's not that important right now, but maybe let me just. Uh, hmm. So these two parts are very similar to each other because these are specific type of contents. One of the contents is with the question asked to increase engagement, and other is about letting audience decide. But actually thinking this one could be almost always done in almost all content pieces. So this is once again very similar to this one. So painting the future is something that always can improve the content piece, and adding a question at the end is something that I would also call maybe mm, content piece wrapper. So actually I like this things, the content piece wrapper. So for me this is also like the mm, action type, mm, content piece wrapper. Now, content piece wrapper is something that we wrap around the content once we did it, once we create some content, so we can enhance and improve this content. So this is the content piece wrapper. Actually, I will change this one to one. So this is one to one. Let me change this to DM because it's easier to understand. And one to many, I would say content piece. Content piece. Content piece wrapper. So improving the content. DM is just writing to somebody. Research is time before. Research is in order to make the content piece better, to understand what content to do. Okay. Let me check. Further. Let me go further. Let audience decide. So this is content piece. content piece. Maybe I will create some shortcuts. So research will be R, content piece will be CP, direct message DM, and content piece wrapper will be CPR, CPW, CPW, CP, CPW, CPW. Reviewing content daily, number of, so this is review, R. This is R. How to mark this one correctly? Can I create table here? No, I don't think so. I will do this maybe below. Splitting into types. So yeah, splitting into types. This is H1. So one content will be research. Other one will be DM. Direct message. Third one will be content piece. And the other one will be content piece wrapper. Content piece wrapper. Let me take a small break. How can I mute myself here? I am back. With Chopin. And let me go further with this. Create a challenge. This is content piece for sure. Piece. Piece is actually because this is more like a strategy. This is more rare and this is content piece strategy. So like more content pieces. More content pieces. Let me think. Let me think about this later. Show behind the scenes. This is content piece. CP. CP. CP, CPW, CPW, organize event meet. So this is also like a content piece strategy. Content piece strategy, also like content piece strategy, because it's like we need to have several pieces in order to promote the event or a meeting. So we need to promote and construct this event, which is like a content piece strategy. So for me, this is another type of the event, content piece strategy. Strategy. Yes. So it's interesting to do it this way because I never, before this meeting, I didn't even thought this way. Content piece strategy. Content piece strategy. Content piece strategy. Yeah. Name the audience. This one is weird because we need to one time, name the audience. How to call it? It's kind of like one, this needs to be decided. This is one time action, but then it needs to be integrated. So in all content pieces, this needs to be bring back and back and back. So maybe this is a little go more into the content piece wrapper because we need to make sure that in all content pieces, audience is called uh, using this name. So the audience will start to think about themselves by adding this label. Yes, I think CPS, CPS, CPS. Give audience an opportunity to meet each other. Meet each other. That's CPS. This is tricky. This is tricky because it can happen only during meetings. So it's very coupled with this. This one is coupled with this one. Or, but not always, as it was discussed in this meeting yesterday. Sometimes it's not um, it's not always from meetings. It could be sometimes that behind the scenes people meet with each other if the owner constructed in a good way. So this is a very tricky thing, how to install something like that, because let's say take this community, people can discuss with each other in those comments. If I somehow by design would promote this, I don't know how right now, but this could be done somehow. And when I think of this, in order to make people be engaged with each other, something in the content piece needs to be present in order to make them engaged. Uh, hmm, make them engaged. Hmm. So maybe it would be more content piece strategy, content piece wrapper. I don't know. Maybe content piece strategy. This is more tricky. I don't know how to think about this. Usually the question is if those types, it even makes sense to think about it this way, but I think all of those types should be utilized on a daily basis and regularly because this one is just better understanding people. Direct messaging is one-on-one work that needs to be done constantly. Content pieces needs to be done daily because this is the basic stuff that is required. Content piece wrapper. So this is something that improves the quality of content pieces, and content piece strategy is something that makes con is a way to streamline content pieces. So make make those pieces more logical with each other. It's easier to just do it, and by design, this strategy make audience more engaged because it's more probable when they consume one content piece, they will consume similar content piece, and this content piece strategy is taking care of this. That's my current thinking about this. But let me think about this later. Let me go through all of those stuff. What next? Let audience shine. So this is something additional in the content piece that make the audience. So this is clearly content piece wrapper. Content piece wrapper. Typically, but so this means that as the content creator, I would need to do some action in the content piece that I would promote in some way audience, somebody from the audience for doing good things. But now when I'm thinking, sometimes this could be automated. So this could be done automatically without my action, without the content creator action. So it seems that sometimes some things could be automated. So this wrapping the content could be automated. I will write this one. Sometimes the content piece wrapper can be automated. We can use AI with that. So for example, when I think about this question to be added at the end of the content, uh, ask question, yeah, this one. This could be automated, so we can pass the content through AI with the question to ask some question at the end that will trigger the biggest engagement, something like that. So this is quite interesting that this type could be automated. Content piece to some extent also can be automated, but some ideas needs to be fresh. Content piece strategy AI console to some extent can do it, but let me go back to this later. Let me quickly do the last category. Remember, in specific knowledge about specific fans. So this is DM for sure. Direct message with the specific knowledge of the specific person, like the enhancement of the of the direct message. Actually, when I think of this is like a new type. There is direct message, but there is also like a direct message wrapper. Wrapper. DMW. So this DMW. This is the same. Send video message to the DMW. Obviously, DMW. Ask specific questions to fans to help you with something. DMW. So we send message to somebody with a help. So this is DMW. DMW. Very specific type. Create platinum access VIP. Some kind of research is for sure needed in order to know what to do. Ooh, looks like a content piece strategy also. Content piece strategy. So it looks like yeah, this is more complicated piece of things. This one is more complicated piece of advice. And learning words audience uses is a more complicated thing. This one is easy. Give value quickly. This one is more difficult. Painting the future is content piece wrapper. We already said this is the end. Let me okay. Let me think about this. Oh, let me think about this. How do we prove it? It's- like that. Mm, this research, I don't like this one. I don't like this type, but there is for sure something. Some knowledge is important. Like always, this research is needed. So when, for example, mm, I respond, then I need to research. So find time in the day, check messages, so the research type, and then respond to this. So this research is always let audience decide. So I need to decide what think. So this is like a list of things, maybe. This is like a list of things, like list creation. This is like list creation. So let me. So this is always necessary part in all of those things first, and so this is like not a type, but always necessary element of any action, daily action. So this is, I don't know what to think about this, but research always is something else. Is something more basic in this system. Splitting into types. So these are action types, splitting into types. Ugh, research. So because research is always present, then I could do it this way. So I could maybe bold this research. No. We do this way. I will let me leave this as is. The direct message. Let me check. Reviewing the internet. Ah, here. Adding ideas to the list. Share something about yourself. So this is share something about yourself is content piece wrapper. Content piece wrapper. Share. Yes. And research before that is adding links. You can share about yourself. So first this needs to be done in order to share anything. Yes. That's okay, let me pause this temporarily. Just okay, let me do this way. And I will unmark this, but just for the thinking purposes, let me do it this way. Learn words audience uses. I will leave this at the end because this is the most difficult, I think. Give value quickly. Value quick. Key value quickly. Maybe always respond is direct message, obviously. Paint the future is content piece wrapper. Content piece wrapper. Content piece wrapper. Give value quickly. This one is difficult. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let me think about this later. I will start with this. Always respond. Respond to users. Always respond to users. Research. Check if somebody wrote in X, X, Y, Z platforms. Always respond to users. Okay. That is done. Let me close this one. Paint the great future. CPW. Paint the great future. Paint the great future. Research. This one. This one. Paint the great future. Content research. Find pain points and pick. Find pain points of users audience. Differently. Add to the list of the pain points of audience and benefits. So this could be like two lists of pain points and benefits. There are different lists of benefits and different lists of pain points, and we just take one of those pain points, take one of those benefits or more actually, and wrap it into the content piece. Yes. Let me cross this. I will skip this to the end because I think it's the more good. These are the ask questions to increase engagement. CPW. Ask questions to increase engagement. Research. Research. What can be done before asking this question? What's coupled with the content of this? Actually, this one is also coupled with the content piece, obviously. This one actually not. This one is not coupled with the content piece because it could be anything, just like I don't know. I like football. When I am talking about whatever, just could be improvement. Ask questions to increase engagement. Ask questions to increase engagement. That one is difficult. A list of questions to be asked to the audience, maybe. Problem. Related questions to be asked to the audience. Maybe, I am not sure. Because it's so deeply coupled with the content piece that maybe this should be the cause of creating the content piece. So it could be like not wrapping the content piece, but vice versa. So that this question actually leads to the specific content. I don't know, maybe. Not clear to me. But let audience decide. So this is not a piece. Let audience decide. So list research. What audience? What the audience can do? This just like that. What what decisions audience can do list? Mhm. What later? Now what next? So this done. This is done. Create a challenge. CPS. Create a challenge. Right. This maybe show behind the scenes content piece. Show behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Yes, shown behind the scenes. Organize event meeting. Organize event meeting. Organize event meeting. Name the audience. Name the audience. Give audience an opportunity to meet each other. This one is difficult. Give audience opportunity to meet each other. Hmm. I will for now treat this as a content piece strategy because I'm really not sure what to think about this content piece strategy. Hmm. And everything was from the bigger actually doesn't matter. Let audience shine. Let audience shine. Here, as I say, research is always required. DMW. What is this? Direct message. Direct message wrapper. Direct message wrapper. Remember and use specific knowledge about your fans. Send video message to your fan. To your fan. One fan. SMS and specific things to help you. Where is this written? Ask. I want this to be at the end. To help you with something. That's also the problem with this something because this could be event or this could be anything actually. Actually, so I can actually already define two type of research. Research. Mm, Having a list of engaged fans. Fans. I would say super fans candidates. And another type of research is list. How a fan can help me. List. List. Okay. Asking, so actually, I already thought about this. Yes, create platinum access VIPs. Now let me just. Oh, I plan to be 1 hour, but let me finish at least doing it till the end. Then I will finish and come back to this tomorrow or other day to wrap this thing up. But this decomposition I want to finish. Name the audience. Content piece wrapper. So research. List of potential audience names. Mhm. Mhm. This one. Then once this name is done, then I need to only do the action of use it in the content if viable. So name the audience is done. Audience. Mhm. What else? What else can be done to improve it? Mm, hmm, maybe this. Let audience shine. I think this is the end of the concert, I guess. Or no? Yeah, this is the end. So, no, this is not the end. Hmm. 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 Content piece. Content piece. Let audience decide. Content piece. Behind the scene content piece. Problem solve piece. Problem solver. So this would be actually about this one. Give value quickly. Publish one content piece daily. So actually this doesn't make sense. Make sure this content piece contains something valuable to the audience. So this upfront needs to be decided actually. I would say let me delete this and convert this to the research. Hmm. Problem solver, research one. Research. A research one is just having a problem solver ideas. ideas. So this actually is related to painting the great future because we need to know what the user wants and we need to learn what the audience uses in order to understand better the problems. But obviously, having this list of what problem solver ideas is a good thing. Mm. So actually, before that, there is also another list of any ideas, any ideas. Interesting ideas. And I think this would be fine having those two ideas. Then I would have those interesting ideas, and I would think how to convert, level up those ideas to the problem solve idea. Yes. So that's about giving value quickly because this is about this content ideas. Indeed. Mhm. Let me go alphabetically. So this will be for the last week. So create a challenge. Create a challenge. Research. List of potential challenges. Add to list of potential. Add to the list challenges. I could always do it in actionable way. Actually, add to the list. Add to the list of potential audience names. Add to the list one potential audience name. Add to the list of potential audience names one item. Or actually, it's clear item. Format it later. Potential. Yes. So this is one thing. Then for sure I need to further design this challenge. So create a list of a specific challenge because every challenge is, I think, a list. Create a list of items to do within a specific challenge. Specific challenge. Yes. So this is the another way. It's interesting to notice that a lot of things in this system will be about adding something to the list. So adding something to the list is one very important daily task, and adding many items to many lists is important thing that will need to be done every day. And then actions will also need to be added. And actually research could be done for many days just in order to then use it once when the action is needed. Show behind the scenes. Show behind the scenes. Where is the show behind the scenes? What kind of what can I show behind the scenes? Yes. Let me do this one. What can I use? So that would be about behind the scenes, cross, organize events, meetings. Organize event meetings. Um, I think this is the last actually concert, so I can actually jump to another one that I didn't listen. Yeah, this is the end. Mhm. Organize events meetings. Research. Very similar to the challenge. What events can I create and where? What events, when, where can I do? List. Research. Create a list of content pieces and any other actions. For example, booking some place or this kind of stuff, or creating Zoom call or whatever. This kind of items, creating a list for a list for a specific event type. There is also another idea that I found is that some meetings could be recurring meetings, which is a specific type of meetings where many things would be automatically automated. I don't know what to think about this, but let me just, as a comment, write this here. There can be recurring meetings where a lot of stuff will be already automated. Automate, yes. But I don't know what to think about this right now. But this clearly can be done. Mm. Now let's assume the event is done. So we are getting pretty close to the end. Give audience an opportunity to meet each other. This one, research. Now, this one is very tricky. This one is tricky. Give audience opportunity to meet each other and get to know each other. Um, this how to make to enforce activate people from the audience to talk, communicate with each other. Something like that. Something like that. So this for sure. How can I inform? Then having this knowledge, I need to create strategy somehow. What later? What I need to do? I need to. Oh, something is still required, but I don't know what. Mm. This is tricky. I mean, I read a book, The Art of Gathering, where it was designed how to make meeting in a way that people will be engaged with each other. So this is something that could be designed, but right now I don't know how to specifically apply it right now. Apply it right now. So I will leave question mark for now, just to know that this is unresolved. Let audience shine. CPW. Let audience shine. How can I make audience shine list? How can I make audience shine list? That's for sure. And then execute this somehow. Mm, the content piece, there's content piece. So um, sometimes when I read the post, I can just use this idea. So I think this will be enough. Close this one. This is done. This will be the last thing that I will be doing. So remember and use specific knowledge about specific files. So this is easy. Mm, here, having a list of funds, just oh fuck, some kind of spreadsheet research. List of engaged funds. Engaged funds and what they like. What they like or anything interesting. Then when I DM to them, then I can check this list and somehow use this knowledge, encapsulate this knowledge in the message. In the message. So I think this will be this. Send video message to your ads. Where is this? Where is this? Where is this? Here. Contact message traffic. This doesn't require any research, I think, because we have this message that we need to write. So instead of using tests, we just record ourselves and that's all. So this doesn't require any research. This is just a little less comfortable type of reach out to the fan or to the audience. Cross this out, create continue access CPS. I will close this out and let me handle this research. Research. Potential. Platinum. Platinum offer idea. Add to the list. And then need to then obviously I need to create the content for this. So either content or content wrappers in order to give this VIP, this platinum stuff to users. So I think this will be for now the only this because obviously this offer needs to be somehow presented. So there has to be some kind of strategy for this. So so to some extent, this platinum access also needs to be mentioned in many content pieces. So this is like also content piece wrapper to some extent. Content piece wrap. Then later, once this is designed, what will be in platinum, then we need to wrap additionally to the content piece something of platinum access. Or this will be just a totally new content piece. Content like meeting, for example, special access meeting. So this one is complex thing, a little more higher level. Let me say this right now. And let's go to let's finish with the last item that I want to tackle today before I will close this stream. That is learn words audience uses. So asking questions to the audience. So this is asking questions to the audience is very similar. Audience is wrapper. No, this is actually a content piece. Questions to audience content. Mm, investigatory content. Investigatory content. Research. Research. What research is to be done in order to achieve it? What questions to ask? What questions to ask to the audience to better discover them? And post research. Post research. Once it's asked, then I need to update some list. Update the list of wording the audience use for the specific one. So actually this one's a weird one, so let me see. But yes, at least I tackled this one. This one I can also close. Interviews with the audience. So this is more like a DM, specific type of DM. Always respond to user. Ask user for help. To help. Ask user to have an interview or just ask them question. Question feedback. Research. List of questions to audience. Yes. Research. List of people. Just list of people. List of audience. Potential audience. It's actually there are like two things. There is research. List of potential audience and list of audience. So actually list of audience typically is present. So for example, in this community, I have the list of audience, but let's for the clarity add this list of audience. And list of potential audience is somebody who would be potentially interested in joining this community and this is necessary when I wouldn't have access to many people from the audience, because obviously many people won't respond to me. This is natural that people sometimes don't respond to the questions. Yeah. Ask Here I see the issue, because sometimes this is about responding to users, or sometimes it's reaching out to users. Just pinging them. This was not mentioned to. They are very similar things. Yes, so once we need to respond to user if they do some actions, but we also should reach out to them from time to time. Okay, list of audience. List of audience. So this is similar to this. There is a duplication of this, but let for the clarity stay with this. Okay, so this one is done. So this research. The number of content pieces in detail. So this is about reviewing internet in order to better understand potential audience. That's true. That's true. Let content piece wrapper. Hmm, I could leave it. Asking questions to models content problem solver. Research list of any interesting ideas. Could be here maybe. Problem solvers. Maybe here. Research. List of existing content stuff where related problems are discussed. Research. Yeah, so this is there is a list of existing content stuff where problems are discussed, but okay, but once this will be watched, then it should help to list of problem solvers. So there also needs to be list of problems. Of problems. Audience have. So by creating this list and watching the content from this list, we have this list. This list, and from this list, I can create this list of problem solver ideas that I can really create the content for this one. And then I can just wrap this stuff around this to make it better, to increase the probability that the audience will be interested to watch this. And there is also those higher level stuff that needs to be done. And there is also another thing with direct messages that can also help to list of audience, list of questions to audience. And here is this list of problems, yeah, which is the duplicate of the other list that I wrote below. Mhm. Hmm. And this one here. Aha. This is about specific. Here also list of problems. Potentially, these two are the same thing. So I could have a list of problems, but this could be also a list of problem names. So it could be the same problem, but called in a different way. And this makes a difference because sometimes people, for example, using the term losing fat and sometimes being healthy. So having listed those two wordings in a same list, but with a different name is beneficial. Is beneficial. Ah, so it was quite long and interesting session, and I think I did everything. Let me, for the clarity, do this just to have it. Let me uncross this. Okay, fixed. It's interesting. I can bold this one. Action frequency. I think this is not necessary to anything, so I can remove it. Action type. No, this is a legend, so I can state pyramid. Pyramid. Save, and I think that will call the day. And I will come back to this probably tomorrow to further think about what to do with this decomposition. But for now, it is much better structured for me for what with what I need to do. So thanks for today. Nobody watched, but that was expected. But if anybody find this beneficial, write me in the comments, subscribe, like maybe in 1 year somebody will watch this. Thanks. Bye.